You still are the parent, and you still owe the child support.
But I'm requesting the court to terminate my rights to my children. She has a stepmom that can adopt her. I don't want anything to do with her anymore.
Well, there's a process for that, and that process hasn't occurred yet, which means...
Okay, well, I've asked for that process to be started a year ago.
So you haven't followed through with what you were required to do.
Yes, I did. I called the child support office and asked about it, and they said it was too soon for me to be calling.
And you announced that I can say what I need to say for the record here, because you're continuing to talk over me.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got something pretty good today. Man. We got another court hearing, man. We got another child support situation. And this time you have a mother. You have a mother in the man's shoes this time, right? Now, in this situation, man, you know, usually you see a lot of mothers being upset, right? Upset, man, that they have to be the ones to pay the child support and have to sit over here and pay for children that they want to take care of, right? It sounds messed up, right? Should no human being have to pay child support for a child that they want to take care of? So you got to feel bad for those women. Do you really got to feel bad for them? Being that most women abuse the system. Now, once again, man, I don't care at the end of the day, man, right or wrong, whether it's a woman paying it or whether it's a man paying it, should no man be paying child support for a child that they want to take care of? It does not make any sense. But of course, you got the situation, man, where you have the woman, man, just coming up with every excuse as to why she just can't pay the child support, right? And I mean, once again, you could just tell, man, this woman does not need any children in her vicinity, man. Like, I mean, she just does not look stable, man. She does not look stable, and it's sad. But as you can see later on in the video, and I don't know if it's going to play that part because I'm only going to play half of this video. Y'all going to have to check the rest out in the link in the description, man. But, you know, for the most part, she has a disability. She has a disability, quote unquote, right? That's what she said, right? So for the most part, man, look, guys, let's go ahead and jump right into this video, man.
You still are the parent, and you still owe the child support.
But I'm requesting the court to terminate my rights to my children. She has a stepmom that can adopt her. I don't want anything to do with her anymore.
Well, there's a process for that, and that process hasn't occurred yet, which means...
Okay, well, I've asked for that process to be started a year ago. This is the second time I'm bringing it up.
Okay. Well, you have to do more than just ask. It's up to you to
well, that's why I had the document written up and by an attorney, and so that Devin would sign the paperwork, and he said he wouldn't fight me, and then he didn't show up to sign it. So I don't understand what the big problem is.
Okay, so how are we going to deal with you paying your child support till that happens then?
I don't know. I have a paycheck coming from Boyne River, and you can have that. But other than that, I have $34 to my name. My house is for sale, and I'm living in my car.
When are you getting that paycheck?
I don't know. It should be garnished. I probably won't even get a paycheck. It should be garnished by child support.
Do we have an income withholding, Ms. Krause, for any employers with Ms. Brink?
There is a potential income withholding, but it wasn't reported. So outside of her indicating where she's employed today, that process could take 6 to 8 weeks. So I can't guarantee that monies would be withheld from that paycheck.
Yeah, it should be. I've never had a problem with it not being withheld in the past.
Okay, well, we don't have the information from your employer, right, Ms. Krause? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you do. Oh, they reported it.
Hold on, Ms. Brink. Ms. Krause?
An income withholding was sent, but until monies are withheld, we wouldn't be able to indicate if that amount would be withheld. But the employer was not reported. It's pending, so I can't guarantee that the employer received anything.
They did. Okay. They told me.
Well, we haven't received any money from them, so apparently they haven't.
I haven't gotten a check yet. I haven't even been. I get paid every 2 weeks, and I've already lost the job. They already fired me.
So you're not employed. You're not employed, is what you're saying.
Not currently, no. I lost the job. I got fired. The bartender didn't like me.
I mean, guys, man, yo, that's terrible, right? That's terrible. But let's go ahead and dissect this video, man, because we love dissecting videos, man. We love talking about this stuff, man. And I get it. Some people don't like me talking all the time. Oh, but you like to talk too much, bro. You say too much in the video. Man, listen, once again, a lot of YouTubers go through this, man. A lot of YouTubers have subscribers some subscribers, at least a small portion, right, get upset, man, because the YouTuber talk. Man, I understand this, man. A lot of YouTubers, man, they relate, or a lot of subscribers relate to YouTubers, right? So a lot of times they enjoy listening to YouTubers. A lot of times, man, they be hoping that their favorite YouTuber, or that whoever they like watching on YouTube, they hope, man, that they get a long format video, man. Because once again, man, sometimes it's almost like a show for a lot of us, right? For me, before I go to work, I like to listen to O'Shea Duke Jackson all the time. Right, I like to listen to Matt Be Great when it comes down to football. I be hoping that their videos are long. I be wanting their videos to be long. I don't know for any YouTuber, man. I don't know any YouTuber that I watch, man. I hope that, and I be hoping that the video is short, right? It just doesn't make any sense for me. Now, once again, I used to do like 25 minute videos. You know, I was able to cut this bad boy down to 10 to 12 minute videos, man. You know, 15. You know, at max, you know. So for the most part, man, I get it. But I mean, hey, look, like I said, I like to talk about it. I want to get my whole point out. Like I said, I can drag this boy out to 20 minutes if I need to. But for the most part, let's dissect this video. Now, of course, at the beginning, man, you hear her say she does not want to be a part of the child's life. Now, once again, for me, this applies to everybody, but we're talking about men, right? For men, if they say, hey, man, listen, I don't want to be the father, right? They shouldn't have to be the father. But of course, for some women, and of course for some men, they're going to say, hey, well, he at least need to pay something, right? They're going to help the woman out. That's where child support comes into play. So the fact that she thinks that, hey, man, listen, I don't need to be paying child support because I want all my rights terminated. No, you need to contribute in some kind of way. And like I said, it's sad that she's saying that, but at the same time, she is not in a position to even care for that, and she is acknowledging that. So I mean, once again, but you can't get away like that. You ain't gonna get out of this that fast. And it's just the mountain of excuses that she has, man, and not try to pay that bill, man. It's just funny, right? It's just funny, man. But what I also want to point out is how well the judge is taking care of her and talking to her and just being very, very lenient, right? Very chill. You want to know why I want to point that out? Because let's go ahead and look at some of these clips on how some of these judges talk to some of these men who have to pay up child support, who are literally struggling. They want to be in the child's life. And this is how judges are talking to the father.
Mr. Grace, the court was informed that you were acting inappropriately, using foul language when you met with Mr. Pratt. This court will not accept that. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And if you cannot participate as an adult in a rational fashion, when you get the opportunity to be heard, if you cannot, then we're going to mute you. Do you understand that? That will not be tolerated. You should not
I understand. It's hard
that.
Not to be emotional when we'll talk about it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Once again, another double standard in the system. I was just waiting for that judge to go off. I mean, even in the caption, it says, man, that, the judge, man, didn't have any more patience for her constantly keep cutting off. Right. But I mean, like, bro, like jump down her throat, right? It's just funny how we had a female jump down another mother's throat because I believe she was trying to hold the child away from the father. But once again, man, this is ridiculous, people. This is ridiculous. But at the same time, you gotta, I ain't gonna say you gotta respect it, but you can at least be grateful that she can acknowledge it and say, hey, man, listen, you got somebody else who can take care of her better than I can, right? So, I mean, but for the most part, that's sad. So let's go ahead and read these comments. Someone in the comments says, $100 says that if that was a guy, he'll be in jail. That's just a fact, right? That is just a fact. Someone else says, nobody wants to hire me. I couldn't imagine why, right? And that's another thing. The fact that she says, man, listen, nobody wants to hire me. Hey, man, well, the manager at the bartender place don't like me. Maybe because you're, like, once again, this is a whole play, right? She's obviously trying to be in a position, man, not to work so she doesn't have to pay child support, right? But see, here's the sad thing about it. You're going to have some fathers who do the exact same thing, who is going to try to avoid child support because they're still saying, I still want to take care of my child, but come on, man, like y'all trying to kill me out here, man. I'm over here trying to like, what are we doing, right? Y'all trying to murder my pockets, right? So they try to duck and dodge. You're gonna have some fathers who try to duck and dodge and try to avoid those child supports, right? As a woman say, man, no, you need to take care of your child. You need to pay child support while I am taking care of my child. Well, I still need the money, yada, 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 right? So women sit over here and pressure them to pay child support. So guys duck and dodge it, right? But yet you have this woman who's ducking and dodging. She doesn't even want to be in a child's life. But at least for the father, he's ducking and dodging, but he's still saying, man, listen, I want to be in a child's life. I'm just not going to allow y'all to keep trying to just take advantage of it. Just for these same women to then turn around and say, hey, man, listen, just because you pay child support don't mean that makes you a good father. Man, come on. All right, come on. When I'm doing everything I can, that's an issue. When I'm not doing enough, that's an issue. Come on. She's trying to avoid working so she does not have to pay child support, right? It's ridiculous. But someone else says, perhaps getting pregnant by a dude literally named Demon was a sign, right? Maybe his name was Damien or Demon or whatever. It's probably just, autocorrect. But someone else says her voice though. Someone else says, who stuck their thing in this thing, right? Someone else says that's not how it works. You can't just give up your parental rights and then the neighborhood raise your kid. Lady, someone has to actively petition to adopt your child. Then and only then can you give up your rights, or else there would be streets full of children, because who the F is thinking to pick them up? Use your heads, people. Someone else says he never lost patience at all, right? That's what I'm saying. I was like, man, with that comment, I don't know, that caption didn't make no sense to me. But someone else says this is the judge losing patience. He didn't say anything out of the ordinary. Someone else says he would have thrown the male in jail for this. It has happened to me. Judge said you're going to jail until you are caught up on child support. I was behind one payment. And the funny thing is, man, right, because he's not the only one who went through this, right? And the sad thing about it is, man, it's a white guy who's going through that. That's kind of sad, huh? But once again, guys, the fact that judges will throw you in jail because you can't pay the child support, and it's like, okay, well, how do you expect me to pay the child support if I can't even go to work? Oh, well, we're just going to take that money from you, and then, okay, well, you garnish my wage, you take that money from me, right? So I don't get to work. So then when I go back after leaving out of jail, right, I probably done missed a couple of days or whatever. So then I got to catch up on bills. I got to catch up on a payment that I probably done missed because, once again, the second you take something out of his check, and then you're saying, hey, well, he has to pay, he's going to stay in jail till he catches up. You probably going to send that man back. And that one payment is probably going to have a trickle effect, and it's probably going to set him back probably like 2-3 months, probably. It's just ridiculous. This is the system. And once again, I still want to highlight the difference in the double standards, where the judge will be very patient no matter how bad the mother is. But when it comes down to that father, they always want to keep order in the court. They want to show their dominance. Sad, but this is the world that we're living in. Welcome to America. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel.